Okay, so I've had a little bit of a fiddle about trying to get things settled with the light so you can hopefully see what I'm seeing. But I wanted to show you something I found rather interesting, and it's what I'm going to call winter milk. Now, goat's milk doesn't separate the cream from the milk anywhere near as good as cow's milk, but if you look, you can see the line there. See that? Everything above that line is the cream, and below it is the milk. So that's one jar. I can bring this one more into the light. I had to be very careful not to stir these up. Okay, there's a nice clear line on it. Right there is the line. I can see it. I hope you can see it. And it's kind of subtle. I hope it's there and visible. And I mean, that for goat's milk is a very considerable amount of cream. Let's see if I'm not showing shadows here. So this is cream right here. And the same with that. That's cream. And then this is your milk. Now this is one that we've been drinking and we've stirred it up. That's all incorporated. You can see it's slightly different color. It's more white because it's got the cream mixed in with the milk there. But I'm calling this winter milk because you don't get this much cream in the summer. You get like that much cream in the summer. And in the winter, it's all of this. Instead of one finger's width, it's a few inches. And I have a theory as to why that is. And my guess is that it's because the mom's body knows that the kid is going to need more calories to burn to stay warm in the winter. So she puts more cream into her milk. And I think that ties in with why I have found, for myself anyways, that kids thrive more when they're born in the cold of winter as opposed to the slightly warmer spring. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. That's very, very noticeable difference. Now we pasteurize our milk, and all this milk is from two goats. I've only got 2 girls left in milk. They're not giving me a whole lot. So we get a couple days worth, and then we pasteurize it and pour it into jars. And then this is, what is this, less than 48 hours of just sitting and separating. So yeah, I wanted to share that. Just a short little video. Well, maybe not, 3 minutes already. Maybe I'll tie in why I think winter babies do better. Now, obviously, if they're born earlier in the year, they're going to be larger come, October, November, December than ones born later in the year. But I've also found that they grow consistently, whereas ones born later in the year will stall out and have periods where they're not growing. Kids born in the spring tend to get more coccidia. Yeah, in my experience anyways, the ones born in the winter just do a lot better. They're not fighting parasites because of the extreme cold. They're not fighting coccidia. They're not fighting flies. They come out with really, really thick coats. And as long as you're keeping them warm enough, provide them with heat lamps. And this year I got a big heat mat. It was such a lucky purchase, and I will tag that onto this video at the end. But yeah, as long as you're looking after them, providing mom with plenty of food, kids with obviously this very, very creamy milk, they do really well. That's why I, unlike a lot of people, do kid out early in the year. I've just had so much more success. So much more. Hi, Mittens. Hey, Katie. If I pet you too much, you're going to drool all over. But this is the big heat pad that I mentioned. It's about 6 feet long almost. It's quite big. I got it for a steal of a deal at $100. I had to drive over 100 kilometers one way to get it. But considering the brand new purchase price of it was 6 times what I paid, I'll take it. It's very, very lightly used, less than a year. You want some pets too, huh? But combining this with the heat lamps, I'm hoping that we won't have any kid losses this year from piling up. So what the kids will do, they'll lay down, one will have its neck stretched out and the other one will lay across the neck and smother it, or they'll pile up for snuggle power and smother the one underneath. So I'm hoping this works. This gets up to 100 Fahrenheit, which is a nice 30 Celsius. So that should be good. We'll have good kids and good growing. Delilah! Delilah! Hi! Hi, my Delilah! Good girl! Good girl! I don't know where Samson went. Pups are growing good. Super fluffy, and I clean them, honestly, but that lasts 5 minutes. And then they go roll in something or go into the brambles and pick up little sticks like this again. Oh, your face is so warm and mushy. Moosh. Yeah, this is the snow that we've gotten. I think all work has stalled on our barn because everything's buried under the snow at this point. Yeah, it'll get done eventually. I only got 4 boys down over there now. Yeah, things are going well here. Got birds over there. Roosters go in a week today, so today's Wednesday. Yeah, they go to the butcher next Wednesday. And then we'll be down to our winter stock. Look how handsome that one goose standing up in the middle there is. It is cold. I'm gonna stop this and put my mitts back on. We've got our doe herd here, plus Sig. He's still in here for another 2 weeks, just catching anyone that may not have been caught already. Frost here's got a whole litter for us that she's gonna give us at the end of the month. So she's the most obviously pregnant. This is Miss Muffet. She might have 1 or 2 in there. She looks like she's getting an udder, so she's pregnant. She'll give us end of the month. Who is the other one that I was thinking? Angel, right here. Angel's got baby bump for the end of the month. Are you uddering up? No, you're not. But you've uttered up before, so you might be waiting till the end. We'll see. I'm not sure on her, but yeah, those 2 look like definitely. And then everyone else will be in April. So yeah, once he goes back, then he'll be adding extra body heat to the boy area. But this is all we got for the doe herd right now. Because I just sent 17 goats to market. They went to auction down at the Ontario Livestock Exchange. Got pretty decent prices. Buck kids priced out at $5.75 for 100 pounds. Doe kids at $500 for 100 pounds. At least we think it's pounds, not kilograms. They didn't really specify. This is what's left of my doeling herd, waiting for their din-dins. Isn't that right? Yes, you're the superest cutest. But you're all sweet. You're all sweet girls. Yeah. Hi, Petunia. Hi, Violet. Silver. I kept Silver. I got rid of Gold. Gold was like slab-sided. Her ribs were flat. I want goats with a curved rib cage, like Silver's. It gives them more capacity for food conversion to milk and babies and all that kind of stuff. They just tend to be a little bit thicker, healthier, maintain weight better. So I'm on the nitpicky things like that for my herd now for culling. All right, I'll bring your food. So this is it for my buck herd right now. That's Braveheart. He's been here for forever, right from the start. We have Smarty Pants here. He's a breeder for next year that I brought from Hamilton area. This guy's out of Tiny, and I'm keeping him back because he's a really nice buck, and somebody wanted him but couldn't quite get him this year, so I thought I'll hold him over for next year. And I was wrong when I said 4 earlier. There's 3 in here right now. Once Sig comes back, it's 4. And then I have 1 more buck who's rented out for breeding right now to 2 does that were bought from me in the spring. So he'll come back. He was meant to go to auction as well, but it just happened suddenly and we didn't get him back here in time. But he's really nice, copper. I wouldn't mind seeing how he grows up in the next year. He'll be a really pretty boy. So will this one. They all will. Got some beautiful roosters. He's not showing up in the light very good. Yes, Turkey, I'm not getting your girls. I got some really beautiful Saxony girls here and some pretty decent Saxony boys. So yeah, well, hopefully next year will be a better year for poultry, because this is my flock before I even send the extra roosters to butcher. Now, this is really small for us. We had a bad year for poultry this year. So those puppies are 3 and almost a half months old. 3 months old. Look how big they are compared to their mom. And there's Mabel. She's looking well nigh naked. She's never had so little floof in her whole life since we got her as a pup. But she had a major shed after she weaned her puppies. And so now, because she's missing all the white floof, you can see her color patches. And you see where he gets it from. That's right, Samson. You come by it honestly. But Mabel's loving the fact that her pups are big enough to wrestle around with her now. And their paw prints are much larger than hers at this point. So I think even Delilah's going to end up bigger than Mabel. But I hope Mabel gets her fluff back soon. It's certainly cold enough she could use more. Although she doesn't seem uncomfortable in this weather. She's still enjoying it. Mabel is on a chain because our neighbor out past the woods that way, past the woods, across the field and across the road, is trapping for coyotes. And we took her GPS collar off about a week ago to charge it. She smelt the bait and she took off with her puppies for the coyote traps. And those traps, he said, have like 50 pounds of pressure and they're neck snares. So yeah, we did not want any of our beloved dogs getting caught up. And several times she looks in that way, just sniffing and sniffing. So I know she's picking up the smell of the bait. So she's on her chain until he's done trapping. She's got that cozy house in there. It's all fully bedded up with nice thick hay. The pups can snuggle with her if they want. Although I've been catching them snuggling in with the doelings. And Samson, for being a little guy, he's got a really, really big, deep woof already. Can't wait till he's fully grown.